first thing we want to do is, after you have checked using your if statement that the user has enough credit, then we can allow for transaction. So we're going to make sure that we maintain the first condition. So if now we want to check for the credit amount. So if credit amount is equal to 500,000, yes, so 500,000, then full colon to end the then we can now bring in the same condition whereby we're going to calculate it. So the next thing is we want to calculate what else if the user credit amount is greater than 500,000 in shillings. So we're going to say our credit amount, multiply it by 0.4, then assign it now to our updated deposit amount. Then another condition is else if. So we are doing some nesting of else if statements. So else if credit amount is now less than 500,000, then deposit amount will now be updated to the credit amount multiplied by now 0.7. So this was all you had to do for the exercise. So I'm just going to do a quick recap. So after this condition has been completed, so if it has credits, then continue from here. Else, by default, just print no transactions, and then you're going to print the amount here. So what happens is we have nested that. So let's just transaction. Then let's just leave it at transact. So then we're going to print the user deposit here using the F-string formatting. So the next thing is if the credit is equal to, so I want you to make sure that you've noticed this is not double equal by mistake. So I want you to notice that by default, this is an assignment operator and this is an equal sign operator for mathematics. So you now go from this amount. So if it's equal to, then we maintain it. Else, if it's more than that, we're going to give a deposit amount of $0.4. And then for that, we're going to, for amount it's less than the credit amount. So we're going to multiply it on 0.7%. So when you run your program, so make clearance. So let's assign our credit to the same 500,000. So when you run it, the deposit still remain the same. So that should be 250,000, which is $2,500. So when we now change an amount more than that, then now it rises to 0.4. So we expect 2,000. Okay, sorry, I just changed the wrong one. So add up stop here. So clear my output. So then run my program. So now the deposit is at 2 million. So if we now change this one out to maybe like 50,000, so that's $500. Then we expect a tax of $0.7. So if you now run that, sorry, so now the amount becomes $3,350, 3,000 at 5,000 Kenya shillings. So that is all you had to do for the exercise. So next on, we want to check for conditions, because if we now check that if it has credit, we cannot add more operators. So we are nesting unnecessary actually else if statements, but the conditional ones are going to help us. So we are going to look at other operators that will make our if else statements more simple.